What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Winging It Garage. So today we're going to talk about the 2021 GT500, and we got a couple things we need to do in prep for this weekend coming up Saturday. There's a private rental. It's kind of a night rental, which is kind of nice. So we're going to go to that. We do have to get the car ready. So one thing I'm going to go over the car is I bought this car new. This is the first and only car I've ever bought new back in September of 21. I had to go to Oklahoma to get it, so we flew out, my wife and I, to Texas. We were already going there for a trip to see some friends. So we drove from the Dallas airport 5 hours up to Oklahoma, picked the car up, drove 5 hours back, and stayed at a buddy's house for a couple days, and then drove the car all the way back to Florida. Put some miles on it, probably should have shipped it. Wasn't the most comfortable car to drive in. But other than that, I love this car. Really glad I got it, and I don't see me getting rid of it. It's kind of like the GT in the back. I bought it. I just couldn't bring myself to sell it, so that's why it either sits around and I do little stuff here and there. So I told myself I wouldn't mess with this car. It lasted about a year. So then we've done some stuff to it now. We got the 3.8 Whipple on it with a 3-inch pulley. We did a fuel system with ID 1700 injectors. Got long tube headers on it. We did put the parachute mount on it. We recently did the Keltrack suspension, so we're still trying to get that dialed in. So that's one reason for the testing on Saturday. But today we're going to be doing changes of plugs in it. I haven't done them in a while, so it's just time to do them. And we're also going to put new rear tires on it. The car has Hoosiers on it now, the DBRs. They've been awesome. Back in March, we did NMRA. After that, I noticed the tires kept going flat over like a week or two. And I thought the bead locks were leaking. Come to find out, it was the sidewalls leaking. So I contacted Hoosier. They told me to take them off and put palm olive oil or palm olive dish soap on the inside, and it's supposed to correct it. Thought it was a little crazy. Did some research. It's a true thing. But instead, I just have a set of Mickey Thompsons coming, so we're going to put those on there and see how they do, and kind of compare the two. You know, what we've had good luck with the Hoosiers, and see how the Mickey Thompsons compare to that. So yeah, give it a little walk around of the car, and we'll get started getting these plugs changed out and get the tires off so we can take them to work and get them swapped out. All right, so do a little walk around of the car. So we got the Whipple. It's gonna be hard to see the long tubes or anything, but then we got the Weld Lagunas on it. It was not my first pick. I wanted the Belmonts, but unfortunately we were trying to make an MRA 23. And they were out of the Belmont, so we had to hurry up and scramble and just tell them to send me these. They're growing on me a little bit, still not my favorite wheel, so we'll probably in the future switch up on it. So, the parachute on the car, we have yet to need it. We just recently put it on at NMRA in the pits of 24. So yeah, we'll preview the car. When this color came out, I was definitely sold on it. I had to have it. So that's why doing some research and finally found the one up in Oklahoma. But yeah, so here it is. So here's a little under the hood shot of the Whipple that we have on here. I will say we've done a couple races with it. We haven't had a ton of great luck in the beginning with the Whipple, but overall they've always taken care of us, so we just stick with it. And this one has been great to us. We first started racing the car back in March of 23 at the NMRA, and we had some issues with tuning. We kind of couldn't get the car to leave right, a bunch of things. So made #1 qualifier, we got knocked out first round. So we brought the car home, we tried a different tune, made some street launches, and after that I started hearing a noise. Sounded like top end noise. Ended up being the rotors and the blower contacted each other and made some noise. So contacted Whipple. They told me to send it in. I sent it in. They corrected everything for me. And they even had it ported while it was there. So then fast forward to November, we did Mod Nationals in 23. And the car was doing great. Made some good passes. And during eliminations, I started hearing a faint noise again, which made me think it was the Whipple. So I went and talked to somebody that works for Whipple, and he said that it would be okay to run it, and I wasn't giving up. So if they said it was okay to run it, I'll just let it go, see what happens. So we made some more passes. We made it to the semifinals, make a little more noise, but we got a bye run. We ran it anyway. And then we made it to the finals, and I got treed bad, but got runner up. Still made about $1,000. It was a good event. It was fun. Once again, took the Whipple off, sent it out, and Whipple took care of us once again. Got it all rebuilt, got it sent back to us, and we've had 0 issues with this Whipple since then. So we ran NMRA again back in February 24. We won the pro class. And the finals on that one really was who could spin less. The track prep was not the greatest. We tried our hand at a no prep race with TRC. That didn't go so well at all. So no prep is not for us. And then we have TRC night on the 28th of September coming up. So we're going to run that. That's a prepped event. And then we have FL2K coming up in October. And then Mod Nationals again in November. So those are the 3 events we're going to be running with this car. Like I said, this Saturday, we're just going to be doing some testing and try to get the car dialed in and go as fast as we can with it. We see a lot of guys starting to get in the high 8 number. So we're close. Fastest we've been is a 914. So we're right there. So we're going to do a couple changes, make some adjustments at the track, and see what the car does. All right, so we're going to get these plugs swapped out. Also, while we're in here, we're actually going to put a new battery in it. We ran, we had the factory battery in here, and it worked, but it finally gave out. So we borrowed a battery from a buddy of mine to try out to make sure there's no electrical issues, and it seems to work fine. So we have another one. It's a little bit bigger. It only weighs 6 pounds, 11 ounces. So it's a lot lighter than the factory battery, which I think is close to 30 pounds. So we're going to swap that out, put that battery in, get these plugs swapped out, and get the tires done. Here's a plug. It's not horrible, looks good. We're gonna swap them. All right, so now we're moving on to the battery. So we had the lead acid factory battery in it. I don't drive the car that often, so it just kept dying. Then it got to the point where it was like dying within a day or two. So we wanted to try something different. Seen mixed reviews on lithium batteries. So we just tried these cheaper ones just to see what happened. So I borrowed one from a buddy of mine. It's a real small battery. This one weighs like 4 pounds, maybe 3 pounds, I think it was. And had no issues with it. I've driven it to work, done some rips on the street, nothing, no problems. So now we bought one a little bit bigger. It's a 800 cold cranking amp, so we're gonna put that in here. And we are gonna make some kind of battery hold down for it. Right now, this one was just set in there, but it's so light, so I wasn't that worried about it. But see the size difference. I'll pull these terminals off, put them on that one, and put that battery in. didn't break, so I feel like that's a promise. That's promising. All right, so we can pull these tires off. See about getting dismounted here. Probably just take it to work and do it, because not gonna be able to bust the back bead off. Tire in the car is a little dirty. We had a lot of rain the past couple days, and now my yard looks like a swamp. So, a little dirty. All right, guys, so now we just gotta get the tires off. So this part's pretty simple that a kid can do it. So I'm gonna have my son come in and he's gonna take them off. This is my son, Rory.
Hello.
All right, go ahead and put your headphones on and go ahead and take these tires off.
Okay. It's too simple, a kid could do it.